Hello and welcome to yet another dimension. I am Jeremy, and we have electric copy himself, Andrew.
And I am dying.
He's dying.
I got shot twice in the arm.
Yeah.
Once with COVID, once with flu. So I'm kind of just like
You went for the double whammy. That's
barely here.
But he is but he is here, and it matches the mood because we're talking about the worst movies of 2021.
And you know what?
It's pretty easy to come over.
It's pretty easy. And you know what? We don't normally do lists like this, do we?
Worst list? No.
The worst of anything. But this year was so special because so many movies that we saw were really, really bad.
Yeah. It was.
Ranged from just okay to bad.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I think because we were like focusing on doing reviews of movies, we just watched everything. I think that really helped it. Yeah. So I'll go first. So
Okay.
we're doing our worst five because
our bottom five.
I mean, our bottom five.
Our top five is how does that work?
I don't know. Top five worst. No, let's just the five worst movies
Of
the
2021.
The 10 worst movies of 2021, and it could have been a lot longer list.
Yeah, there was some duds this year. And, a lot of movies were just okay, but I tried to pick the ones that, to me, were, like, the most soulless. And I already know what your number one is, man. I already know.
All right, whatever. Okay, so...
Yeah, let's go. Let's see your number five.
Okay, well, light mention to Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. I did a review of it. It was a bad movie. I guess a 5 at best. But it at least stayed true to the Resident Evil kind of name, I guess. Compared to the other movies, that's the only thing I say bad about that.
But this is an honorable mention for you?
Yeah, so I guess number 6. I just wanted to shout it out because it wasn't
Give a
good.
shout out.
Shout out to the bad
your
movies.
Sucked.
But number 5. Let's get
number 5.
Let's get straight
what's
to
your
it.
number 5 worst movie of the year?
Army of the Dead.
Oh man, that didn't make my list. But
That didn't. Oh, so
you know, I saw some other bad movies. But
Okay.
I will say we watched this together, and boy, was
we
that a
review.
stinker.
Yeah.
That was a stinker.
So yeah, I think didn't Zack Snyder's Justice League come out before that?
Yeah, I think it was like April.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe this guy is not a hack.
Maybe.
But this movie, directed by, written by, maybe even like he did the cinematography.
He did. Yeah.
He did. This is his baby, okay? And it's shit. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's I like my time. I like to have my time saved. I appreciate my time. All this bullshit in the beginning. We have Batista as the main character.
Oh my God.
He's okay at best as a main character.
Best.
At best. He's better with like the side characters, kind of like in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he's funny in that. He's self-aware in that too.
Yeah, he's even in Dune. He's okay with that. Like,
oh yeah, because he barely talks.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good, intimidating big guy. I don't know if he's the main character type, protagonist. And then you have like the thing with his daughter. Oh, they spent like almost half the movie trying to get up to the build of them going into was it a stadium or where were they? Like a city?
It was Las Vegas that got walled off. Essentially. Yeah.
It took them like that long, like
easily an hour into the movie before they got inside the walls.
You have to really build those characters up. I fucking love these characters, but no, I fucking hate them. And then they go in there, and it was okay at best. I don't remember really much anything. I just remember it being blurry everywhere. I hate that shit. Stop doing that. Why are they doing that in shows now? They do it in You. Everything is blurred out
of focus.
Yeah. So like it's a wide shot. Everything is blurred out, and the only thing in focus is us.
Yeah. See, I think that can be a really cool effect, but you want to use it sparingly,
yes.
right? Because the way I use it, right, you would like use it to like isolate a character. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're trying to show this person's alone or whatever it is. And yeah, Army of the Dead. It was like every single shot, wasn't it?
Yes. Basically, yeah.
I think it was.
I feel like it's a new like trend to do. I don't remember ever really seeing it that much use. Yeah, and I was thinking maybe Zack Snyder, he's pretty good, and then he makes this.
You know what's sad about this one?
What?
What's really sad about this one? He spent years developing that. Like years. I'm pretty sure this movie has been in development for like several years now.
What? Like what was so special about it?
I don't know. I don't know when he started developing it,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if you can research the answer and put it up on top. But I know it's been a while
How long?
that
Okay.
he's had it like in the back burner. It just got released 2021.
And he's made a good zombie movie.
Oh yeah, you said
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
2004. That's a good movie. It's way better than this. It's not like a masterpiece, but for Zack Snyder, it's great. It's great. Okay. Well, okay. So that was number 5 for me.
Number 5.
My head's already starting to hurt.
The only other thing I wanted to say about that movie, the thing that really pissed me off is you mentioned how they take like an hour to get into the zombie walled off special, right? So they spent all this time developing these characters, and how many of them die like in the first 5 minutes that they get there? Like at least 3 of them, right? Like right then and there. So the characters that they've been developing for the past hour get offed, and it was so weird. It was like a Fast and the Furious family kind of thing.
It's all about family, man.
Oh, I hated it. I absolutely hated it.
Fast and the Furious is the most influential series of all time.
Oh, if anyone says that, you can just unsubscribe. But not really, because we need subscribers.
Yeah,
but,
please stay. We'll review the movies and shit on your favorite movies. But I seen somebody that had like the cast or crew, not the cast of the Fast and Furious, and one of like their border on Facebook.
Oh my god.
I was like, man, you're the man.
Time to delete somebody.
Yeah, he didn't have a family though, so it's kind of weird. So that was number 5, Army of the Dead.
Okay. My number 5 isn't that horrible, but it was just horrible enough to make the bottom 5 for me. And I think the reason it's so bad to me is because I expected it to be pretty good, which was Nightmare Alley. We just saw that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I did not know a lot about this movie, to be honest. I hardly knew shit about the plot. I saw the trailer on TV. I was like, oh, it looks like a cool movie. I like Guillermo del Toro, hit or miss. And this was one of his duds, in my opinion. And like I wanted to like it. There's a lot of good talent in this movie. There's like Bradley Cooper's a pretty good actor.
Ensemble cast.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett, who's like always been good. I don't know why it's so bad to me. It's just like I felt like it's 2 movies that don't speak to each other. Right? Like,
yeah, it felt because they're at the carnival, like
right.
scenes.
The first half of the movie, they're at this carnival, and like I'd say, about 45 minutes in, he like talks to the girl and's like, "No, we're gonna leave and do our own show."
Okay,
It's
they're just
so
in
weird.
love. Yeah,
yeah. You know what? I think I kind of want to watch the original. I've been meaning to watch the original because the original is a film noir from like 47, I think. So it's old. That's probably why I'd never heard of it. And there's a book that came out, I think, the year before that, 1946. So I definitely want to check out the old one and see if it's any better. But it's a shame because I know Guillermo del Toro, he really likes old movies, and stuff like that. And you would think that he would do this justice. And I don't know if it was just that he tried to do too much,
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in the movie and not a lot of climax, I didn't feel like. I feel like at the end I was just like, yeah, I could see that coming.
Yeah. It's obvious.
But it's just weird because like I don't get what the spoiler alert, like Kate Blanchett's character kind of pulls like a double cross.
I don't understand
on
her,
Bradley Cooper. I don't
purpose.
I don't get
like,
what she wants either.
What did she get out of it?
She's a bad guy. Like I don't
know.
She's just a villain. Like
maybe
I
it's
think
just
kind of lame.
It's just so good we didn't understand it.
I don't know. I just feel like of all the movies I saw this year, and I watched a lot that were pretty ambiguous with their message at times, and I still feel like I could get a better theme out of it than this one. I left this movie feeling empty. Like I felt like
did I really watch a movie or not? What was the point?
What was the point? Exactly. What was the point? That's how I felt when I left. I didn't know what I was supposed to feel. Like what was I supposed to the only thing I could think is that Bradley Cooper's character is kind of an empty guy. He's one of those like grifters who like goes from town to town, just kind of like a con man kind of. He just pretends to be good at something or know how to do something. He just cons people essentially.
But him as the protagonist, I don't care about him.
Oh, I didn't care about because I didn't know him.
Like a focus. Yeah, I have nothing to get attached to. Nobody to get attached to because everybody else is just kind of like blame or just very two dimensional because there's a lot of characters. You don't have time to develop them. Yeah, and then what they do is blame.
I mean, I like some of the performances. Like, there's some good moments where he was, crying. It was really realistic. And Kate Blanchett, I think, played her character really well. She's kind of like a femme fatale. Mm-hmm. I thought she had a good performance. I think she did what the movie was asking for. But I didn't think it was asking for the right thing. So, I don't have much more to say about it. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, the reason why it's not in my top 5 because I think the movie,
visuals.
The visuals is really important for me, and a lot of movies look like shit nowadays. So I'm impressed anytime that they do that. And
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the subject matter of like a carny and like a con man like that. I like that stuff. But everything around it sucked. I think people were like leaving the movie theater because I think they're bored or like I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pay for that movie. Remember those girls were like walking. I don't know what was going on.
Walking in and out of this movie theater, and
that was more entertaining than the movie at points. So
yeah, we were getting distracted by the people in the theater. But what's weird is I found that this movie online has like pretty decent reviews. It's like mediocre to decent. Like it has like a 7.4 on IMDb.
7.4?
I thought was pretty high for this movie.
I gotta look at reviews. I didn't look at reviews yet because I just forgot about the movie.
Yeah.
And I was expecting more, you know, from a director like that. So.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to say, like he was saying with the visuals, I mean, I never expect Guillermo del Toro to fail in that department because he's made some of the best looking movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
Like Shape of Water and Pacific Rim, they all look great. And even his bad movies like Crimson Peak, which I think is like, I don't know, 2013 or something, even that looks great. You know, it's kind of a shitty movie, but this reminded me a lot of Crimson Peak. So
yeah, I've only seen Pacific Rim and Hellboy. Yeah, so I'm not. I guess I'm just not used to his style. Oh, I guess Blade too, and that has like a great, you know, I'm not like cinematography and like art direction as well.
Yeah,
compared to like the original Blade, because it's like completely different.
Yeah, I definitely need to see that one.
Yeah, sure. I think you might like that more than the original Blade. But yeah, that was disappointing. It was creeping up there, but I get some value out of it.
Didn't crack your top 5.
Yeah. The best of the worst.
I think it's because I didn't really see many good movies this year, so for me, this was just another one. And, you know, I think it brings it down for me when I wanted to like it, but I can't, which we're going to get to more about in this list. But that's my number 5.
Okay.
Nightmare Alley.
So, a movie you didn't see with me.
Okay.
It's a video game movie, kind of. Free Guy.
Oh, I was about to say like Resident Evil. But no. I guess that is kind of a video game movie, right? Free Guy.
Yeah, it's basically Grand Theft Auto if like one of the NPCs come alive, and it's Ryan Reynolds being
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I mean he's toned down a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't really tell you what happened in the movie because it's so fucking forgettable. I hate how they act like studio execs know how a video game is like.
Oh,
works.
It is the worst.
Like, there's no rhyme or reason in this fucking video game. It's just window dressing, and it made me mad. And, like, it wasn't funny at all. Super cringy. I thought I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's a video game movie. I like the idea of a video game character coming to life. I like the idea, and they shitted on it. Terrible. Dumbass love story. Like, one of the people, because, like, it's a VR game. Right. So, like, you were in a headset. The girl falls in love with Ryan Reynolds. Spoilers, I guess.
It's just like the movie Her, right? Just as good.
Just as good, man. Not creepy at all. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I felt like I wasn't mad. It was just like, oh, there you go. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. It felt like so manufactured.
Right.
Gross. I felt gross leaving the fucking movie theater because like I gave money to this bastards. Yeah. I don't know who made it. I forgot, but I was just like, I don't know if it got good reviews or not, but. It's just like when they do video games and stuff like that. It's like, have you ever seen or played a video game before?
That's what
it doesn't work like that. People don't act like this, and like just stop it.
We're gonna get to that too. There's an item on my list that is kind of the centerpiece of the movie. It's a different one, but same thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't think video or a movie execs like they've ever played a video game. It feels like. No. They don't know what it's like. It's just like, oh, it's just madness, right? Kids just doing whatever they want, and
yeah, like you say like you like to have rules in like the world of the game, right? There was no rules, no rhyme or reason. You could just do whatever you want.
What video game have you played where there's not like some kind of set of rules?
Exactly.
Or limits to what you can do. That's not how video games work.
I guess like the one that they're influenced by, Grand Theft Auto. You can go crazy. Put cheat codes in, but there's no cheat codes to use. He just does whatever he wants, and like it's no rules and it's just randomness going on, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's lazy.
It's lazy.
I don't have anything else.
I'm not mad at it, but it's just like, it just felt gross.
It sounds like a horrible movie. I'm really glad I skipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't gonna probably be good. I just wanted to see. I like to look at the bad to appreciate the good more.
Yeah.
For me, I give everything a shot, but I'm gonna shit on you probably. for making a bad movie.
I appreciate you even going to see it because I don't think I could do that.
Yeah. So also, I appreciate all the filmmakers doing their best. I don't know if they're doing their best on that one. People were dedicated. All the people that worked on it. But it's a shit movie. Go ahead. You made a shit movie.
On that positive note, so my number 4 is, you're gonna probably be surprised by this, but Godzilla versus Kong. I mean,
it's a pretty bad movie.
It's a pretty bad. You know what? Because the thing is, like, the only thing that's really redeemable about it is the action. I guess they got that right, and if you're gonna get anything right, you know, the fight scenes would be what it is. Like, that's
what I'm coming. That's what I knew what I was coming into.
Yeah.
Because go ahead. You go first.
Well, I was just gonna say that I think the biggest problem for me is it's like, I wouldn't mind a whole movie where it's just the battle between Godzilla and Kong, and there's like very minimal or no human interaction at all.
Transformers.
They do so much where, like, in like animation, like the show Primal, you know, it's all about like basically creatures in combat.
Oh yeah, we
the
gotta
whole
watch
time.
that. Finish that. Yeah, it's really good so far.
It's very good.
Yeah,
you know?
You got watch Primal. Is on HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max. Yeah,
great. Samurai Jack creator.
Yep. Dexter's Lab. Yep. I just wish they would do something like that with like creature movies like that, but I know it'll never happen because just if they want to get these people into the box office, they think they have to have these human stories that I just don't care about, and all the characters are so fucking lame. Like, they are so lame. I don't care about a single one of them.
I hope they all die. Yes.
And there's a big cast. Like, the Stranger Things girl is in it. I think Vera Farmiga is in it.
She is in it. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Because some of the characters from the first one.
Man.
Well, not the second Godzilla, I should say. And I think maybe even some of the characters from the Kong movie, although that took place in the 70s, so I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. But I like the Kong movie probably the best.
Yeah, that one was good. Yeah. It's like dumb fun.
It was the most entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed myself. Yeah. But this one, are you done? You got any more?
I just want to say, like, I'm tired of Hollywood making these fucking stupid human relations movies. If you're going to make a creature movie, make the creatures front and center. Yeah. I want to see them fighting most of the time or in conflict. And you don't need tons of dialogue to explain everything.
No.
You don't.
And when you start explaining everything, you look stupid.
Oh my god, ridiculous. It makes no sense. Why does Godzilla even go crazy? Can you tell me? Because I can't even remember what he did to make Kong. Why there was even a fight between him and Kong.
Why? Because he wants to be the alpha kaiju.
There was something really stupid about it. And then, like, they bring in Mechagodzilla. It's like, oh, wait, you mean the thing that we did in the first Godzilla movie where, like, we tried to create a monster and it went wrong? Mm-hmm. Let's do it again.
Isn't that fun?
It's retreading.
Why do you need like 4 movies to do this?
Exactly.
Like you build a universe.
It's just a box office ticket, and it makes me. It's cool that like Kong and Godzilla are in a movie together. I think they did that in like the 60s or something. Before, too.
They did it before. Yeah.
But this was
They've been doing this for years, like a long time. It's just the modern day makeup of it.
Yeah, the reboot essentially. Yeah. So I like the idea of a MonsterVerse. I think that's really cool. I just wish they would focus on the monsters, man.
I was excited to watch these movies because I watched it all this year, and it was just boring.
Yeah,
like all this human interact. Like the first Godzilla, I did not like that. I like that word less than this one.
Really?
Because there's so much human. Like
it is very human,
and it's not. I don't really care about the characters. And is he even in the next? Like in the last one, the main character? Like I think his name. He was Kick-Ass. You ever seen Kick-Ass?
Yeah. Oh no, that guy's not in it.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So all that time was. Well, we're getting too deep in the weeds, but I didn't like the movie as much. But the reason why it's not on my top 5 because the fights were I was so surprised by especially the last fight. I was wild by it. That's like one of the best fights this year, especially one of the best fights like in terms like monsters I've seen. That's what I was here for. I was there to watch that
the spectacle.
Yeah, and I knew I was getting myself into some other stuff. I thought it'd be a lot better, and I'm like, oh, this is shit. I didn't get nothing out of it. At least I got something out of it similar to Nightmare Alley.
Yeah.
So
I feel you.
Still a bad movie though.
It is a bad movie.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
It's just it's
did
too much.
Did we review that?
We did, I think. Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, yeah.
But there's just too much of the human story to me in that movie. Huh. It's like a 2.5-hour movie. It's long. It's so long. There's so much.
Make it an hour and a half, man.
I know.
And like the girls like talking to King Kong. I'm like, oh, this is gross.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, that's my number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of best of the worst.
My number 4 worst movie of the year.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna go downhill from here.
Yeah, literally. So my number 3.
Your number 3.
Another movie you didn't see with me. I've seen in the movie theaters. One of the best directors of all time. Can you guess it? Do you remember?
Is this the M. Night Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan's Ode.
I heard this one is really bad. Every of you guys seen, including yours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So in this movie, if you haven't seen it, a whole bunch of strangers. They're like on vacation. They go to a beach, and they can't leave the beach for some reason. Every time they try to leave, they get knocked out. And for some reason, they're aging rapidly. So they have, kids, middle age, and then, older, elderly people. And you see what happens between that. Interesting concept.
It is interesting.
Like, what's going on? Like, yeah, I think it's based off a novel. And it's always a twist. It's always a twist.
Would they explain it? Please tell me, because I feel like it's the stupidest thing ever.
Oh, they explain it. Okay, so let me explain why.
Yeah, why they turned it on.
First, okay, why I think it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
So it's like an experiment. So they always there's like a group of people, scientists that experiment on drugs. So they drug people's drinks when they get to the resort, and like each person has their own like disability. So one person suffers from seizures. And the other person, I believe, has like different ailments. Like they have like cancer. Somebody has cancer, and like the tumor grows at like a crazy rate. It's like, so they're trying to figure out, a quick way to do research and experimentation on humans.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
It is. Yeah.
If it was directed by somebody that knew how to fucking write characters, drama, and knew how to work a camera. Oh my god, man. It was so laughably bad. The writing is laughably bad. The acting is pretty bad. I can't remember who's in it. It's nobody like that, like, I guess super popular.
No one noteworthy.
No, I can probably, like, the bad guy from Rush Hour, the Asian guy?
I'm trying to remember.
The main it's the only person I can think of. But the acting is bad, the writing is bad, and like probably the worst camera work I've like seen in a movie this year in a long time. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. I think he was trying to do like the one shot camera, like seeing
one take.
Yeah, one take where he's like going around following people.
A long take. I guess it's called, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but it's kind of like he's out of like people are out of frame. It just looks so like amateurish. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was watching. I was like, wow, it was hilarious. I just started laughing throughout the movie. It was pretty entertaining, but this movie's bad. I couldn't believe it. And it had such a good concept, but no. And like a lot of stupid stuff happens. It's like this is like my suspicion, disbelief, like it went out the window like the first like hour.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. Like people were like, oh, somebody was pregnant. They were born and then they died, and then like kids, like they had like like some kids were like 7 years old, and like they're aging rapidly. They're like teenagers and they had sex and then they had a baby, all in a span of like an hour and a half. Like this is the movie. Like this movie is insane. It's like probably a funny like a movie you like watch if you're like you're fucking high or drunk or you just want to make fun of a movie. But this movie is like a mess, and I don't know how this guy keeps on getting. Like directing,
I don't know, man.
He made some good.
He made the Sixth Sense was good. I've heard
that was
Unbreakable
like 20 years ago. Yeah,
and then I've heard that Split is really good. I've never seen it.
Split is better than this. Split is definitely better than this. It's a competent movie,
right?
But he makes like more bad movies than good. I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
his career is like one negative review after another.
It's insane. Like I can't believe it.
I don't know how he still has a job.
Whatever. Maybe some people liked it. I think even people that like casual like watch our movies, they didn't like it. Like it was bad reviews all around.
Yeah.
So it was interesting concept, terrible execution.
I've not heard a single good thing about it, to be honest. So this
doesn't
surprise me.
You should watch it. You should watch it just like to see.
Yeah.
A little bit of it.
I do like watching really like so bad they're good movies.
Oh yeah.
But
you'll be laughing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What goes on? So that was number 3.
Okay.
Ode.
My number 3 is a another HBO Max release. Those are what I mostly watched this year because that's what I had readily available to me.
Yeah, it's so easy to watch it.
Yeah.
You're already on HBO Max. You might as well watch it.
Exactly.
Oh, is it?
So my number 3 is a movie that just came out.
Yes,
The Matrix Resurrections.
Oh, you're gonna get some people mad. Some people love this.
This movie is, and look, I've never actually, to be honest, to be fair, I've never seen the Matrix sequels, and I just watched the first Matrix like this past year for the first time, like all the way through.
So you're not really a fan of it.
No, not exactly. But you know what? I thought the first movie was pretty good. Mm-hmm. So
imagine seeing it back then. Like, it would have been crazy.
It would have been revolutionary. So I mean, it's kind of like overhyped, but it's really cool concept, and I like it that it's not like based on a book or anything. It's just like an original screenplay for a movie. It's a really interesting premise, and the first movie is pretty good. I like the first movie a lot. So here's the problem with the Matrix Resurrections.
I couldn't even finish it.
It's literally the same movie for the first hour. It's the same. The plot is exactly the same. He like doesn't know what he's doing. I guess like they're saying that the Matrix was a video game the whole time.
I guess so.
And he's like a game developer. And I mean, aside from like,
Keanu Reeves.
And look, this is what's really gonna get hate on this video, and I'm sorry if like, you lose subscribers because of what I'm about to say, but Keanu Reeves is not a good actor. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I support that 100%.
He has never been a good actor to me. I love him as a guy. I think he's really nice. He's a really cool guy, and he is a horrible actor. The only time he's good is when he plays, like, is it Ted or Bill in the Bill and Ted movies? I don't know which one.
Because that's how he acts.
Yeah,
in real life.
Because he should just play like a airheaded stoner, but like. He is not good as a protagonist at all. He is not good at portraying emotion.
Nothing.
At all. I'm
sorry.
Stuff
happens to him. He's the one. So, I guess it's perfect because he has no skill or anything.
That's the thing he does. That's what, and you know what, this movie is just so, like, it's one contrivance after another, like, and I've seen the first one. It's kind of cool how, like, he learns how to do stuff within the Matrix, right? He's taught by Morpheus, and this one's, like, the same movie.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to watch it. I'm like, I've been here. It's 2.5 hours. I am good. Yeah. I am done with that.
And it is a long boy. It is a long one. And I did end up watching the whole thing just because I was bored. Yeah. And, like, I started laying on the couch and I didn't want to get up. But that's the only reason I watched this whole movie.
Must have been really bored.
I was really bored. And you know what? It's just not... I think not only the retreading is bad, but where they go with it is pretty stupid. Because it ends up just being like a love story between him and Trinity. That's really all it is.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah. They focus more on that on the sequels. And I'm like, I am good. Nobody really liked the sequels. It's only really the first one that's really good.
Exactly. So, and it's just, that's how they close out the movie, basically. It's like they become like gods and they're going to reshape the Matrix, like, to be how they want it. And I was like, what? And I'm sorry, but Neil Patrick Harris is a bad guy. It just does not work for me. It kind of worked in Gone Girl a little bit.
I mean, but for the character, it's believable. Yeah. So he's like actually the bad guy then.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. Okay. And
I can kind of tell. Yeah.
He's just not a good villain. I'm sorry. I can't take him seriously is why. I liked him as like the creepy guy in Gone Girl. Like he seemed like he could be like a creepy incel type when he plays that well. But like
intimidating kind of. How was he portrayed in this?
Oh, he's trying to be like a villain, you know. And like I didn't get what the rest of the roles of everybody was. It's like I couldn't understand what's the guy's name? Not Anderson. That's Neo.
Yeah,
Smith.
Oh,
the agent that tries to kill him.
Agent.
The main bad guy, and he's played. And that's another thing too. It's like these people aren't played by their original actors. It's just jarring because some of them are. Like Trinity is.
Yeah, but
Neo
Morpheus is not there.
Morpheus is played by the guy from Candyman. So, yeah, the Matrix Resurrections
shouldn't have been resurrected.
No. And it tries to like, you know, it's kind of like a soft reboot, I think is what it's called, where everything is kind of meta. You know, it's too much meta, man. Like, they need to just find a way to make new franchises.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of retreading old properties all the time. Like, everything that comes out now is a fucking reboot or a remake. And this is just the perfect example of why you should just start over. All right, I get that you like Keanu Reeves and he's hot now. And he's, like, the biggest guy out there because of, like, Cyberpunk and all that other shit. But it's just time to to kill this franchise. Like this killed it for me. I was like, I'd never seen the sequels and now I don't want to. So
they're probably even worse, to be honest. I mean, the second one has great action in it, but the third one is just so overindulgent. I don't get why people love it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the movie theater back in 2003 when it came out.
I've heard from most people that the sequels are bad.
Yeah.
Like, I've never
It just
heard
get
that they're
worse
good.
and worse. And like the CG's bad. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're saying like the meta, it's like, oh, we're just, it's a soulless remake. We gotta do it. You know, Warner Brothers is on our back. It doesn't mean you have to make the movie like that.
No, it's like they tried to make a movie without a script.
Yeah.
I don't get it. There's all these writers in Hollywood that just have a script waiting for their movie to get greenlit, and then you greenlight something without any fucking clue where you want to take the franchise. No ideas. And I don't know which one of the Wachowskis or whatever, Lana Wachowski, is that one of the original?
Yeah.
So they were the director on
Yeah,
it.
they both working on it.
Yeah.
I think throughout the whole entire series, I believe.
Yeah, I mean they were still involved in this new one, but just it's not good, man. I'm sorry if you guys like The Matrix, but you're probably gonna get even more angry with us in the last two.
Oh, I think the Matrix is way more beloved.
You think so?
I think this is the most like controversial because people love Keanu Reeves, which I think Keanu Reeves is the most overrated actor in Hollywood easily.
Horrible.
Nicolas Cage is better, okay?
Oh, Nicolas Cage, look, at least he can, like, I don't know if he can
he
act.
has range,
but
man.
he's insane. Like,
Yes.
he's super entertaining. He gets into character. Like, Keanu Reeves can't, like, convey emotion, you know?
Oh.
So, that's my number 3.
You know, I think this movie, one more thing. You know the whole demo thing I showed you, the Matrix demo for the new systems? I feel like this was just like a promotion for that fucking game.
I feel like they're promoting each other. Yeah, cross promotion.
That's why I feel like,
yeah,
because this movie didn't feel like it was any motivation or inspiration at all.
None.
They just needed to fill a slot for December, whatever.
That's exactly what it was. And they're like, you know what? Matrix is a franchise, so we're just going to use it. It was successful in the past. And that's literally the reason this movie was made.
Warner Brothers. We warned you. It sucks.
Oh, man.
So, number 2 is probably your number 1. And we reviewed this, right?
Well, if it's what I think it is, then yes.
It's Space Jam.
That's my number 1.
A New Legacy.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so I remember you saying you didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, the more I reflect on it,
I did too.
it is absolutely one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It's fucking terrible. I think because we just watched Mortal Kombat, I think.
Yeah, we had nowhere to go but up.
Man, I guess we were trying to be like more positive, but this movie sucks.
It's so bad.
Oh man.
It's not even just okay. This movie is legit horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's so bad.
So I love the original Space Jam.
Yeah,
we
it's a
watched
classic.
it. Yeah, and it makes this movie way worse. Like after watching the original one, because I was like quoting the whole thing.
Yeah,
when I was watching,
it holds up really well.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a classic to me.
Yeah,
I'll always hold it dear. And you love Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah, I like Looney Tunes a lot. Yeah,
I love Looney Tunes.
And honestly, I don't even really like basketball, but I love Space Jam.
Yeah,
like I feel like everybody loved Space Jam as a kid. I don't think anybody didn't.
And
like
you don't even like basketball,
right?
Michael Jordan, Looney Tunes, Space Jam. That's just a weird combination, but it worked.
Super weird combination.
Just like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
It's like it shouldn't work, but it did.
Yeah.
And it was like greatly directed. I think the soundtrack was great for the original one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
And Michael Jordan he did his thing, but they had the Looney Tunes, and the Looney Tunes were great in it. Bill Murray, like it was memorable.
Yeah.
And like the scene where they're in the hospital, like with the people that lost their talent.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff, I loved it. But then you get to the New Legacy. The soulless cash grab.
Oh my god.
Just an opportunity for Warner Brothers to show their big fucking giant dick on my fucking screen.
What properties do we own? We're going to spend the next 2 hours showing them to you.
Yeah. Oh,
this movie felt like it was 3 hours too, didn't it? Like it felt long as hell.
Oh yeah, like once they got into the basketball game, finally, I felt like I remember I felt like dead inside.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man, is this what movies are now?"
Yeah, it is. It's.
But
really
I feel better late in the year, but man, it felt bad. And like LeBron James, he did what he could.
I think he did fine.
Yeah.
I think it's not even him that's the problem. You know what the problem is?
I'm trying to give some credit to this movie.
It's just like with Matrix, they're just like taking the idea and retreading it, and they do something in this movie, and this is the reason it's my number 1 worst movie of the year.
You want to talk about it now?
Video game. Well, I mean, let's just talk about. I won't spend much more time on it when I talk about number 1 because we're gonna talk about it now. But like that video game thing, Because this one,
man,
the basketball game does not even occur in like a real place. Not like, you know, I think it was like in Toonville, the first one, or something, in that space place with the Danny DeVito's alien.
But they still had rules. It made sense. You're grounded in somewhat of reality a little bit.
Oh my god!
But when go ahead. You want to go off on it?
Oh, I want to go off because they're scoring like 1,000 points for like one basket. Nothing makes any sense. They can just do anything.
Yeah,
I feel like they can do anything in this movie, and it's just a perfect example of like film execs that don't know how video games work.
No.
I feel like it should upset you more than anybody.
Oh, I was upset, but the next one, it's an actual video game. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it upsets me a lot, and because they had an example of how to do it, and they just completely went off the rails. Because I guess his son made it was a conflict between his son, like LeBron James' son, and him.
Yeah,
like he wants to be like a video game maker, but like he creates a game. His game fucking sucks because it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, kid. Go back to the drawing board, okay? Yeah, it just made no sense. He's scoring it doesn't it doesn't feel like it's anything grounded. There's no stakes because like anything can happen. Right. Why should I care?
Yeah, and I get that it's a kids movie, but like even like kids movies that like The Lion King, like they all have stakes. Like they have things that make sense. There are
still
rules.
Care about Simba, Mufasa. Like come on,
right?
You remember that death? Like it was happening in '94. Right. You still remember that?
Like just because it's a kids movie doesn't mean it can be like devoid of logic.
Yes.
It just doesn't work. And maybe like this might be good for like a family to go see. Maybe they just have a nice time. I can't see anyone else liking this movie.
But you still watch the original Space Jam. You could just watch that anytime. You have a good time.
Yeah,
like, it's still a good movie. You can make a family-friendly movie.
That's good.
And still make a good movie, even a great movie.
Yeah. So, no, there's no excuse for it to be as bad as it is. And I think the worst part is what we were talking about with the shameless promotion. How many franchises do they try to hammer in this? Like, there's like the Iron Giant. There's King Kong. There's flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz just standing.
Why?
Pennywise.
Yes.
Everything.
Go watch all this on the HBO Max app.
It's such a big. It's a 2-hour HBO Max commercial is what it is. Game of Thrones. There's literally everything. Stuff that it's not even for kids. Who is this for? No adult can take this movie seriously, right? Why are you even showing the adult franchises?
It's like if Netflix made a movie about like a basketball or something, like a basketball player, and they just show a whole bunch of their shitty like franchises that they have now, or like all those movies. Like just imagine that. That's what they did. And fucking okay. Alright. Then we didn't even talk about the main villain.
Oh man, this is probably the worst part of the fucking movie. So the villain is like a computer algorithm. Guess what his name is?
I get AI that came to life, I guess.
His name is Algorithm.
Algorithm.
I can't think of something that makes me more angry than that guy's name. Actually, I can.
There you go.
It's his physical representation.
Oh.
Because for some reason, in the final basketball quarter, whatever you want. I don't know the rules of this absolutely chaotic
There's no rules,
game.
Man. We're just having fun, man.
Oh, it's insane. But he turns into a fucking awful, half CGI, half Don Cheadle monstrosity.
It was frightening. I was trying to find it when we originally did the review.
Yeah.
I got scared, man. I had nightmares.
It's horrifying.
Yes.
It is so scary to look at, and I can't believe that made it into the final movie. This whole movie, too, by the way, look, we don't like CGI in this channel, if you haven't noticed. This is CGI puke.
Vote no for CGI in the next election.
It's so bad. There's so much, and it all looks like shit. And then even, oh my god, the Looney Tunes are 2D animated for like half the movie, and then for the final basketball game, for absolutely no reason at all, they get turned into fucking 3D characters, and even they are like, "Turn us back, us back." Please. We don't like it.
They even know.
I'm sorry. I'm just so sick of like 3D animation. You know, I think it was
shitty
cool.
for 3D animation. Yeah. Just complete shit.
Like, sometimes it looks okay, but I'm even fatigued from just, in general, I don't like CGI, and it's all CGI, I think, is why. Like, the Frozen types, I don't like the way they look at all. Compared to, like, the old Disney or all that shit, like, it looks so much better when it was 2D. And I get why they do it. It's, like, harder You know, it's easier to make it like 3D or whatever. But like Spider-Verse, that's so cool to me.
So great. Oh,
it looks so original.
It makes it like it puts it over the top like one of the best superhero movies because it's unique, original, and looks fantastic.
It looks great.
It will age like wine.
Yeah, it will. And this movie will age like
it aged the day
like
it came
cheese.
out.
Yeah. It will go moldy within a couple weeks.
And it's been dead, spoiled a long time.
Yeah.
Don't watch. I guess it's a good, babysitter for the kids.
Maybe
one night.
Put it on while
I'm not putting this shit in front of my kids that had kids. Fuck that. Put the original Space Jam on.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Space Jam. That was my number 1. His number 2.
Yeah. So I mean, my number 1
is my number 2.
And I guess the 2 worst.
So they're gonna
movies,
kind of cancel out. So
yeah.
we're not gonna go into in depth about them too much. But
we already did.
My number 2 and his number 1 is the Piece de Resistance.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
fuck this movie. I'm sorry, I had to do it.
You're a breaker game, man.
I'm okay with it because I can get a new one, but I couldn't get my time back from this fucking soulless piece of shit movie. Let me tell you about Mortal Kombat.
He talks about this movie like once a week, and it's been months since it came out. Like months.
Look, man, as a child, where's it at? It's up there somewhere. Mortal Kombat 4. I got as a child. I love Mortal Kombat. Okay,
it's a great video game.
Great. Yeah. It's one of the biggest fighting game franchises of all time,
and it's not bad either. Like it's been out for like 20 years.
Yeah.
They still make like Mortal Kombat 11, which you just threw on the ground, is still a great game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it has a better story than this bullshit.
Oh, it does, and that's sad.
Yeah, and okay, so I love Mortal Kombat, and I'm hoping that they make good video game adaptations, but after seeing this, I don't want anything. I'm good, because this is shit. I hate it. If at first it's okay, Sub-Zero, Scorpion fighting, it's pretty bloody.
Opening scene
it's legit.
Cool. Yeah.
After that, it goes straight downhill. It's barely any effort. Like, you remember when they go into, like, Outworld or whatever? Like, Shang Tsung's place? It looks like shit. Like, the production value in this is bullshit. I hate that. This is one of the biggest franchises, and you do this. Like, it looks terrible. The costumes are bad. Yeah. And also, the cast... should we save the worst for last, or you just want...
Go ahead, man. Just go ahead. You need to get this off your chest.
Cole fucking Young is the worst character of this year. The worst acting, whatever, Razzie bullshit. Because why the fuck do you need to make a new character in this, like, so many great characters in the Mortal Kombat franchise? And they did it first. They did it right the first movie when they had Johnny Cage, the outside, like, looking into this crazy world of Mortal Kombat. It makes sense. You already have that character.
Right, the human character.
But they make this MMA bullshit fighter that sucks, and his power is like turned into a shield or something like that.
It's super weird.
Literal plot armor. He has. I couldn't name one thing he said.
He kills Goro. He's the guy who kills Goro.
Okay, hold on.
Super frustrating.
Ooh, frustrating.
You know what? I want to mention something.
I hate when movies do that.
Yeah.
They just make original characters, and they suck. Make a great character if you want to do that.
If you're going to do an original character?
Yeah, go ahead. I need to... Hold on, just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You go ahead. I need to break for a second.
What I need to say, what I want to say is you mentioned the original movie, and I don't think that's a particularly good movie.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'll tell you what, that is the fucking funniest movie I've ever seen, except for, like, the sequel.
Oh, yeah. Now that's a terrible movie.
But they're both, like, so good that they're bad, or so bad that they're good, you know? And I think that's the problem with this new Mortal Kombat. It's not even, like, so bad that I love it. It's, like, boring. It's the worst kind of bad that you could think of. Like, I felt with Space Jam. I'm just like, when will this movie fucking end?
I think Space Jam might be worse than Mortal Kombat, but...
I think it is.
But I feel like it's so easy, man. Why did you, like... It's all this material you could have used, and they just shat this out. Like, so bad. I hate that. I hate it. It's so lazy.
You're right, though. Like, the costumes look horrible. The acting's like... Sonya? Was this, like, her first movie?
Yes.
Man, she's horrible, man. And Kano tried way too much to be, like, the comedy relief. And, like...
That's not his character.
No.
Sonya and Kano hate each other.
I know.
And they're, like, working together. And then Kano... Spoilers, I guess, for this fucking movie. He turns on right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
duh.
the biggest surprise of the year.
Oh,
Kano's
man.
evil.
Yeah, he's the most likable character because every other character fucking sucks.
Yeah, he's the only one with any personality, and he's just overdoing it, you know. And the shameless like insertion of like fatalities, like it's so obvious.
Man.
All the moves from the game. It's
Nothing,
just,
man.
They're trying to be fan service,
point?
but it's so anticlimactic. And what's the point of killing all these characters like in the first movie? Like Melina dies.
Yeah, Melina,
right?
And then they have like a whole bunch of like filler characters. They could have used way more better characters. They had can't even name them, like Reiko,
saving them for the sequel.
Yeah,
like Johnny Cage, man.
And they don't even have a tournament in Mortal Kombat. You know what Mortal Kombat stands for? You know what Mortal Kombat is?
Yeah, it's like a tournament. I mean, I've seen the first movie.
Hold on. Yeah, it's the tournament.
Right.
How are you gonna call this Mortal Kombat and there's no tournament? Shang Tsung is a fucking idiot. He's trying to break the rules, and then fucking Raiden's in this. He's like, oh, he's just being a fucking dick throughout the whole.
Raiden is the worst in this movie too.
Oh my god, he just shows up out of nowhere and just beats a dick and then runs away.
Yeah, like, oh, you're not living up to your full potential.
Yeah.
See you later. Even though I'm like an all-powerful god that can help you and save you. He's like, you know what? He's not as bad as Dumbledore from Harry Potter, but he's along those. He might even be worse actually, because at least Dumbledore, through all his riddle me this,
He did some badass.
he does help them.
Yes, sometimes,
right?
yeah.
He does lead them, even though they have to figure it out.
Oh, he's a terrible
What
person.
does Raiden do as like the guide in this movie?
I guess he's not. He can't really do much, but
he could give them advice.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That like he doesn't like no encouragement. He's just a dick.
Right, I don't like Raiden at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to root for him. I don't want to see him
Yeah.
live. I don't want to see him win. I don't like any of the characters at all. Like I don't want any of them to survive. I want them all to die. If that's the object of the movie, they succeeded.
And where's the fighting in this?
Oh, it's so
There's an iconic fight scenes, some like similar to like the first one. The first one is just a whole bunch of flips, but there's still like cool scenes in that.
martial arts.
Yeah. Where is that at? It's like they kind of spar a little bit, and then somebody dies.
There are two major fight scenes. I guess there's technically three. There's the one where like everybody dies.
Yeah.
In like the middle of the movie, but there's the climax in the beginning, right? There's the Sub-Zero Scorpion.
I
think the final fight was okay. That was okay.
The first part of the movie is like the only good part to me.
Yeah, but you know what? They give all that away in the trailer.
Everything. Don't watch the trailer.
All the good parts of the movie are in that trailer.
Yes.
Every other part of this movie is pretty bad. So
You know why this makes this the worst? Another reason. Because remember the Scorpion movie you watched? I forgot what it was called.
Oh yeah, I think it's just called Scorpion's Revenge.
Scorpion's Revenge is on HBO Max.
It's an animated,
and it's fucking great.
They should have just honestly like it's just gory, but it actually has a pretty good story. And it's
Yes.
like, I feel like it's the story they wanted to tell with this one because
That's
about
Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion getting revenge against Sub-Zero for killing his family. Why didn't
this is what they were trying to do in this movie, right? Because Scorpion is like the main focus.
That's like the beginning of the movie, yeah. But instead, it's about his descendant, which is just stupid as fuck.
And he has a family. Let's go back to Cole Young. Well, okay, so they made this great Scorpion's Revenge movie, and it's everything I wanted in the Mortal Kombat movie. And it's similar what they do in the games. They've already done this. Just make a live action version of it. No, they gotta do their own shit. They gotta make up a fucking character. Cole Young. Shitty character. Bland. Bad acting. I don't know about acting, whatever. Bad moves. He has a family. I fucked his family, man. I don't care about his damn family. I hope they died. At least there's something interesting going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so it's just so much bad in this. I'm now I have a headache, and this is a worthy headache because this movie fucking sucks. And you don't know what you're talking about if you like this movie, because I know people like this fucking movie.
Oh yeah, they did. I was seeing a lot of like
And it's gonna be a sequel.
either like halfway decent to decent reviews of it. So it's just, but I don't get it. I mean, I don't think it's as bad as you do.
Yeah,
because I'm not as
I'm just mad about it.
I'm not as personally offended by it. I don't think, because you are kind of more near and dear to this franchise.
Imagine it was like
this
a
is one of my
Spider-Man.
favorite games.
Yeah, well, imagine it was a Spider-Man movie.
Oh, I mean, well, I've seen that Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man
Exactly.
3. So yeah, I know how you feel.
or fucking Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah, that was the biggest letdown ever.
Yeah, so this is something similar to that.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers, get your shit together, please.
They did a little bit better later in the year, a little bit.
Yeah,
This
they made
one
some.
movie.
There's some good superhero movies
Yeah.
that came out this year, but beyond that, it's just
bad.
Mortal Kombat and all the other movies we talked about. Most of them are Warner Brothers movies on my list, and
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
I mean, there's some good ones. When we talk about our favorite movies of the year, there's some really good ones. But just overall, I don't know what I feel like it's so soulless now. They're just like they're going in and they're trying to reboot franchises. They don't have any new ideas. You know, they just do like the same old shit, and it's not working.
And it's worse.
Yeah,
they do it worse.
And you know what? If you guys are going to see these movies, you're part of the problem, man. Like, you can't give money to movies like Free Guy.
I'm sorry.
Well,
it's like,
but no, seriously though.
For me, I feel like it's my job to inform the public of ass movies. Okay?
You're a journalist.
You're a journalist, professional journalist that cusses at you for liking movies.
Yeah, but
curses you.
You know, we gotta stop supporting shitty movies, and I guess it's all up to opinion. If you like the Mortal Kombat movie, then I don't know.
I would see why would people like the movie because it's like, oh, it's like
just dumb fun, maybe. Yeah,
but there's like so much better. Like I experienced better from the same franchise.
Yeah, that's what's
many
sad.
times.
Yeah,
and then this gets the forefront, and people know Mortal Kombat by that.
Yeah, that's what's sad.
I don't accept mediocrity or bullshit. I want like excellence. Okay. Excellence.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else to say about any of the movies? My number one was Space Jam. His number one was Mortal Kombat. So we don't really need to talk about him. But do you have anything else to say about this shitty?
I gotta close
hellscape of a movie.
The book.
Oh man, he's closing the Game Boy.
I need to stop talking about this movie, Mortal Kombat.
Good luck.
I'll never mention.
You're gonna bring it up. You're gonna bring it up tomorrow.
I'm not gonna. No. This is the last final rant of the year
about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat until the Sonic movie comes out.
Oh man,
and we're gonna watch it. Oh, or Uncharted. That looks
another video game classic.
I feel like that'll be better, but
that'd probably be better than Sonic.
But it has Marky Mark. Okay, yeah. So that'll be on the next year's best of the worst. Our worst movies.
Probably. There's already some duds. I know it. I mean, I'll go into it with an open mind. Well, I probably will.
Yeah.
But I'll see them.
So that was our top 5 worst movies of the year.
Worst movies of the year. Kind of exception for this year because like there were so many bad movies.
Yeah.
Man.
We might not have to do it next year.
Hopefully. Hopefully there's not that many we even have a top 5. But you know what? We're also going to do our top 5 best of the year.
Yes.
And you know what? There were some good ass movies that came out this year. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to talk about them for sure.
But let's wait, and we'll see you in the next dimension.